mama about it ever since I was legit. Represent, that's legit. Ask your mama about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm had hit my home, I was out there on the road, I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, and man, they done, I suppose this the life I chose. Every day, man, it's a show.
Hello, everybody. I don't see you on the screen yet. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing today? Hey, look, we just had a real good conversation, y'all. We got to come up with a topic for that. Look, you don't want to talk about it, sir? We're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because we might get some people riled up. Hey, y'all, welcome to Authentic Ears. As always, like, subscribe, share. Subscribe to Bold and Driven EP. We are back here today. We're going to be talking about the single mothers, the struggles. But the holidays just passed. Christmas. Yeah, my Christmas was kind of dry a little bit. But I guess it was okay because I cooked some and some people came over. Jazz. I ain't even cooked that much jazz. And I did really, really good. I don't have a lot of leftover, only a little bit. But Cam, how was your holidays?
Mine was like, like you said, Kenya, mine was a little dry. I went down to my son's mama house the day before Christmas, dropped his stuff off, and she came out and got it. Then he came out there and seen me and stuff, and we talked in the car for a little while, and he gonna say, well, Daddy, I'll probably come hang out with you next weekend. I was like, hey, because you think you're gonna miss something up here at the house. That's why you don't want to come hang. He's like, nah, that ain't it. But I just sit here and chilled. I didn't do anything, and then I got up last night and I drove down to Houston, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
People and stuff, and that was it. Came back. I didn't do anything.
Jasmine, how was your holidays? Did your kids get everything they asked for?
Unfortunately, I did get it. My holiday was good. My kids were happy. I spent it with my friends, Leisha and Sonia, and their kids, and we had fun. We made vision boards. We just had like little finger foods, cheese dip. Do y'all call it rotel or cheese dip?
Rotel.
What you call it, Sterling?
Rotel.
It's cheese dip.
Cheese dip.
Rotel.
Is that an Arkansas thing?
No, that's the thing. It's cheese dip.
Rotel
is just red stuff.
Rotel in it. It's mainly cheese.
But I'm telling you, even though I know what y'all saying, people call it rotel dip.
Yeah, y'all weird. We're not. Yeah, but yeah, so
matter of fact, in the comments, whoever's out there, do y'all call it cheese dip or do y'all call it rotel dip? In the comments, will y'all let us know which one it is?
No, okay, Jazz. So y'all had some cheese dip. Was it good? Did y'all do the Doritos or do y'all do like the regular tortillas?
We had like a different variety of chips, but my friend Alicia made it and she put cream of mushroom in it.
Who's doing this? I'm glad I can't even see the comments because I feel like Sterling feel like somebody on their side. The comments ain't popped up on my screen yet.
She said rotel cheese dip. So I guess she just in the middle. It is cheese dip.
What's up? Rotel.
Natasha Rotel?
Rotel.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all are different.
Oh my goodness. I'm hurt by this. So Jamie, your vision board. So did y'all is this a vision board for 2023 or this is just kind of like a vision board or did y'all decide not to do anything, for the New Year's? What's up with the vision board?
We did it for 2023, but of course I'm a little weird. I don't believe the New Year starts on January the 1st. I actually believe it starts during the springtime because winter is originally for hibernation and spring is when things bloom. So for me, New Year, it starts the springtime, but okay. So we did do it for 2023. But for me, I'm planting seeds. That's my 5-year seeds that I put on my book.
Okay. Sterling, did your Did your boys? I know you got 2 boys. One of them don't really celebrate. I know you got them everything. I think I seen some pictures on IG.
Yeah, my youngest son got everything he wanted. My youngest son still believes in Santa Claus, so everything came from Santa and Daddy or from Santa and Mom and so forth. But I think the biggest thing about my weekend was I went to the Eagles and Cowboys game down in Dallas.
I seen you down there with the kids. Did you do a little function or something down there? You was down there parlaying with the kids and everything.
Listen, I went down there and tailgated with a couple of people that invited me down there. They're like, I don't have nothing else to talk about Cowboys. They fans are, some Southern hospitality out there. Some Southern hospitality.
Okay.
It was good though. It was good. Even though we lost, but it was still good. I had a good time.
Was that your first time going to a game there in Dallas?
First time going to Jerry's World, the Cowboy Stadium. Then we went to Texas Live. Like that place is crazy right there also. Texas Live is amazing. So I had a good time. And those folks that
I never heard of that, Sterling. And I saw when you put it on social media, I was like, man, that place looked like it was jumping.
They got this spot in there. They got this, like Texas barbecue. I think it's called Lockhart Barbecue. It's good, man. I had a good time. That's my segment for the weekend.
So do y'all, so Christmas is over, my kids, they're kind of big. And my son, he went to South Carolina. He decided to leave his mom, and my daughter, she had to work. So she didn't come in till late, but yeah, I'm just getting him some money and I ain't give it to him yet because he gonna spend it all. And then he gonna be asking me for a small loan and stuff. And I ain't got no loans to give nobody. So New Year's, do y'all do New Year's resolutions? What do y'all do for the new year? How do y'all bring in the new year? I used to have a lot of house parties, but now I'm back here in Dry, Arkansas. I don't know how that's gonna go on. But hey, what y'all normally do to bring in the new year?
Last year, I got me a bottle of wine, some hookah. I went to Michael's and got paint, and I was painting, got drunk, and smoked hookah by myself, and no complaints. I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I kind of want to go to work, y'all, because that time and a half look good on the paycheck. So I don't know what I'm doing this year though.
I mean, usually I'm with my boys, I have for the holidays, but I told myself this year I'm just going to enjoy life, like new beginning for 2023, and then it's like a couple days before I start my internship. So it all depends on what I decide to do. That's it.
Cam, what are you? Me and Cam talked this morning. What you doing, Cam, for the new year?
Man, I ain't really there to do nothing, man. I may even just like go to church, but I've already have some little objectives that I have set for myself. I just want to stack more money. I'm gonna start back training in martial arts because it just, I'm a homebody. I don't go out, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't club, I don't do anything of that nature. So I'm just gonna start doing some stuff that just makes me better. And when I was training in mixed martial arts, I was focused. You know what I'm saying? It kind of, it was just another discipline. And I just really want to stack my money and just become, just not so wasteful, and just maximize my money, man, and stuff like that. I got some things that I want to do on the back end.
We just learn how to play golf, though. Me and Cam talk.
Yeah, we are going to learn how to play golf. Me and Sterling, we're going to start playing golf.
So Natasha said she doesn't do New Year's resolutions, but I tried to have a word or a goal for the year. That's great. I did vision boards and stuff before. I used to do New Year's resolutions way back when. But for me, I feel like every season there's something that I want to change about myself, and I can't just focus on this is what I'm going to do for the New Year's because it may not pan out for me. So I may want to do some other things. There's a lot of different stuff that I do want to do. Tiffany Smith says for the new year, she says, I'm with Cam, stacking money and becoming an entrepreneur. That's where the money is really just working for yourself. I went to a financial planner a couple of weeks ago, and we were talking about credit. We talked about credit card, talked about debt, I'm keeping this credit card. I got my kids on here. And he was like, hey, you really want to start becoming your own bank. You know what I'm saying? And whenever you get ready to go buy something, you able to pay cash, or if you use your credit card, you have that cash to.
And a lot of people, what they don't know, Kenya, a lot of the route to do that is life insurance policies. Rich, they go out and get these life insurance policies, and they, after a certain time of having the policy, whether depending on how much you can afford to get the policy, they pull money from their policy. You know, so say for instance, if I want to go out and I got $1 million life insurance policy, and say for instance, I want to buy me a brand new car, I pull from my policy $60,000, and just worst case scenario, if I don't pay it back after I die, instead of getting 1 million, my people get everything except for that 60,000.
Yeah,
you're just financing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So
I read that somewhere. So we most definitely need to have a hi Tia. How are you, sister?
But that's how the rich stay rich.
Yeah,
them insurance.
I seen that somewhere. I don't know.
With their houses and everything, they buy their houses with their insurance policy.
And then they don't put their names on nothing. A lot of stuff be under their LLCs and stuff like that. So even if you do go out and they can't pay for it, the stuff ain't in their name.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think with a lot of LLCs, Jazz, I talked to Raymond this morning, so we most definitely going to move forward with this nonprofit that we're working on. Anyway, sidebar. He's in Africa, but I told him he needs to invite us next time. But you know, LLCs are most definitely the way to go on 501 Charlie. But what I've seen a lot is with the 501, people don't do right. Quit stealing the money, y'all, at the 501 Charlie. It is nonprofit. It is for the needy. Please stop stealing, you know, because people don't want to come and support your business when you can't account for that money that you actually are getting donated or have or anything like that. So, but yeah, so stacking money is most definitely the way to. I want to be my own bank. I went to this guy. He was really good. So, y'all, I'm going to stop eating out so much because I be eating out during the week.
That's a big one on me, Kenya.
Like, I cook at home, but during the week, like I be... Number one, I need to get back more discipline, you know, because since I've been out the military, I've been like, I be getting up at the last minute, y'all. Like, I be like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to stroll. So I be done left my lunch at home, and then I be like, oh, I don't eat fast food. So I have to go to a restaurant, and I done paid $15, $16, sometimes $20 for lunch. And if I do that 5 days out the week, I think I'm wasting money. So I'm going to try to get better. I can't guarantee y'all that that's what I'm gonna do, but you know,
I'm finna get back hard on the weights though, Kenya, too. I need my muscles back because my I used to have a little V down here in this area.
Yeah, the V. But you know, y'all look, Pam, I've been hitting the gym hard, but I haven't had time. That's why I need to get back straight. What for real? Eating out $1,700. What could you have done with that?
Pay my child support. That's how much it is.
Cam, we gonna revisit this child support thing because this is a touchy subject. But I've been back working out, and I have not found nowhere here to train in Arkansas. So yeah. But I am gonna post some new workout stuff for 2023. Follow me at Miss New Fit, or you can visit my webpage at www.newmefitness.com. Y'all will see some new workouts come 1 January. I'm gonna get y'all back in shape because y'all know y'all got some New Year's resolution. Everybody want to go to the gym, and I got something for you. I love leftovers.
I want to give Uncle Junior a shout out. He sent me a picture of Christmas of him and his wife. You know, holiday. So Martin, I want to tell you, appreciate it, man. I got your picture from you and your wife, and thank you, man, because that meant a lot for you sending that to me, man.
Erlen, you was about to say something.
All you gotta do is do cardio. Just run. All you gotta do is run.
Look, I don't even run that much no more because my knee be messed up. I do more strength and conditioning training, and corrective training. So I'm not a big CrossFit person. Like, I feel like people that go to CrossFit, y'all should come train with me first so y'all can learn the proper technique so you won't hurt yourself. Because even though CrossFit works, if you're not doing the exercises correctly, it can most definitely, you know, end up hurting you in the long run. And that's why my knee messed up. Because the military told me to get out there and run. And they ain't teach me the proper technique.
Push-ups and sit-ups. Stick to the basics. That's it.
So
I want to get on the table. Y'all do all that. I want to get on the table.
So you saying you ain't going to no gym. You're going to do you a couple of push-ups and sit-ups at your house, go run down the street, and then you going to work.
I'm not going to no gym. For what?
Hey, Kenya, when you start training, though, I'll spot you on your squats.
You'll spot me? Look, I don't squat heavies, Cam.
Listen. You know.
But Cam, don't forget, I need to take my new pictures and I want to use your gym because I want cook to do them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So yeah, like his photos was live. Y'all look him up. It's Cook's Photograph. It's out in Killeen, Texas. So y'all look him up because he's most definitely, you know, I like it. But I want to use your gym to do that. But work with me here. Work with me here. Hey, you guys, Jasmine says she getting on the table. We're gonna address that, and then we're gonna go on into the comment. Jasmine, why you getting on the table?
Just suck it out. Just suck it out.
No, man.
I don't need nobody. I don't need you to put nothing in. Just suck it out.
Listen,
that's
man,
it.
You gotta eat right. Eat right. Do a couple
yes,
push-ups.
but after having a child, the muscles don't contract back the way that they normally should, right? And everybody's body is different.
Listen.
So I don't want a lot. Just go on and suck a little bit out. I ain't asking for too much. Maybe about 10
don't you know? But really, us men, we don't be caring about that little bit there, don't you?
Yeah, some stretch marks. We don't
care. About that. I told you, we don't care if your stomach look like an oatmeal cake. We don't care.
I ain't worried about that. Just suck some of the little bit that hang a little bit. Just suck that, and then we good to go.
No, but what they gonna do is they just gonna lift it up when they sucking it.
No.
I am not dealing with you. Okay, Natasha, you need a chef. Look, I'm just going to make it, or Jazz. really, Tia. Hey, Jasmine, you talking about motherhood, having children. Let's talk about it, y'all. Let's get to the topic. The struggles and the success of the single mother and mothers. And, you know, before we get started, I want to give a shout out to some of the single men out here that I know personally who are single fathers that are actually holding it down. We don't, sometimes we don't highlight, we look over it like that's what he's supposed to do. But some of these women are breathers and they running off and they leaving these kids over here with these men, and we not giving them the credit. But shout out to my brother. I ain't gonna say his name. He's watching, but he's most definitely been holding it down with his girls for the last 16 years. Most definitely love the way he raised them. He's married now, so we ain't gonna call him a single father no more. Shout out to his wife. But Jazz, let's talk about it. What struggles do we have as single mothers? You said we done gained a bunch of weight. Our stomachs is kind of hanging over sometimes. Is that a struggle that we have every day?
I don't think it's just the weight. I think it's more being a single mother is a mental battle that a lot of women face. And I can take like yesterday, for instance, not going home. Me and my friends that celebrated Christmas together, we're all single mothers, but we made it work. I think it's important to have a village, but it's a lot of women who don't have that village. A village isn't to drop kids off. It's just to support me in some areas that I don't see that I lack, or, where you feel that I could do more, or just even giving me that lending hand or just that open ear. So being a single mother is not an easy job. It's not. Oh my God. It's a tedious job, and it's a job that never stops. So I don't think it has anything to do with the weight, but it is a mental thing. And then who you had your kids with plays a major part in a lot of, how you out here being single mothers. Because some women say they're single mothers, but they get full support from the fathers. So are you a single mother, or are you a woman that's single?
Okay,
so there's a line there.
So there's a difference between I'm a single mother, I'm not getting any support whatsoever. I'm here with these kids 24/7. I might have my support system, but the fathers is not out there and they're not actively participating. Are you saying there's a difference between that?
Different categories. It's different categories because you have some fathers who are just financially there. But that woman is getting up, taking them to school, making sure she meet all the games, doing everything. But financially, he's there, And then it's some women who I have friends, they don't get nothing. And I just be like, dang, like they get nothing. And I'm like, how does it go on?
Yeah, Jazz, I want to interject when you talk about finances. I'm going to sit there and tell it like this, because even as men, when we paying money, that money still, I'm telling you, I came from a mom that raised 3 boys on her own. And I'm telling you, sometimes even when you kicking that money down, it's bigger than that. You know, like y'all guys, you know, and I'm saying this for single fathers too, because you got single fathers out there. Man, y'all guys be needing a break. So that's why even though when me and my son, mom, we didn't get along, I would text her every week and say, is there anything that I can do to assist you? And sometimes she didn't even respond, but I still wanted to sit it out there to let you know you ain't alone. I understand you didn't have this child by yourself. I know I just gave you, you know, a nice amount of money, but you with him 24/7. You know, I get the freedom of maneuver. So, you know, I just wanted to interject that, Jazz. I didn't mean over talking.
Okay.
No, I agree. I agree.
So for I think I'm 100% a single mother, because where you at? Can I get some support around this camp? And I have not always been a single mother. You know, I was married for a super long time, and you know, he did play he played an active part in the children's life. You know, as much as he knew how and what he could do. But we do be needing a break. We be needing that actual it be that emotional break. So y'all know I'm big on Mother's Day. My kids already know, don't even talk to me on Mother's Day. All I want to do is chill and go give me a massage, and that's it. Let's put I think, was it Chaplin? I don't know if y'all call her come in or not.
Delisha Chapman.
Delisha Chapman.
Monetary support is all good and cool, but that money don't help when that depression and anxiety is taking over. Yes, most definitely. We go through so much, but we always succeed, you know, at the end, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? What cost do we sacrifice ourselves to actually trying to do what we can for our actual look, I'm looking at these comments. I've never gotten any assistance or a break from visitation. What's up, Sterling?
I'll say something. So, right, not saying it's all women, but there are fathers out there that say, hey, let me take our child for a while to give you a break. And they so focused on that money coming in for so long that they say, oh, no, I'll go ahead and just deal with it. Then that female wants to call and say, hey, come get your son when my son is getting that person a hard time. No, if I'm offering you to take my child, my son, I'm talking about my situation. I'm offering to take my oldest son because he's a teenager now. He needs to be around a male figure to give him that support on a daily basis. Every time I ask you, it's always an excuse. Oh, I'm not ready. Oh, you ready? You just don't want to give him that money. You see what I'm saying? If I take my son, I don't want no support from me. I don't want no monetary support.
And that's how I feel.
I just know that my son is at an age now, living in Philadelphia, living in the city, about to be 14. He need to be somewhere else outside that environment. So a lot of women do get that assistance, but they don't want to give her that money because they comfortable. That's how
I experienced that when I was married. With my ex-husband and the mother of his child. It was like a war when his son really needed to be with his dad. It was a war. It was like pulling teeth. And when he got there, it was just like, no, bring him back. It was just, and I'm just like, he's running rapid. You clearly don't have control over him. Mm-hmm. You know, and I mean, God bless her. She did the best that she could. I think it was some more stuff internally between them two that they never worked out. But it is women out here that just want that money. And then the money don't even be that much. I was married to him. I know it wasn't that much. But, you know, we as women, and I'm not going to take away from single mothers, but as women, we have to understand that they do have a father, and it is okay for them to go be with their father.
Women need to realize that, like, you didn't have a baby by yourself. You're not abandoning that child. If they go stay with their father, the father's a parent too. And I'm like Sterling. If my son mom was to be like, right now, I need you to get him, I don't want no child support from her. Even if I have to do what I have to do, I don't need her money. I don't want her money. I feel like as a man, this is my child. Now, I wouldn't stop her from doing what she wanted to do, but I would take care of my child on my own. I wouldn't try to take her money or try to put her on child support. That's the only thing that bothers me is like, if I've gave you over 12 years of historical data where I have always taken care of my child, why do I have to still stay on child support? It should be about the best interest of the kid. If you need a break, just bring him down here.
So do y'all think that a lot of women are struggling with the children because they don't want to relinquish that right, that whatever that hold that they have on the child at that time? Do you honestly think it's monetary, or do you think that they feel like they'll be looked at as a bad mother if I send my child? And then I'll say specifically boys. If I send my son to go live with his father, do you think that we'll be looked at as a bad mother? Is that why it's not like, why are the struggles still there where
some do think that way, but why when I'm a parent too? Yeah, I know you had him, you carried him for 9 months, he or she. But I'm a parent too. Why does it have to be looked at as abandonment? It's like, say, I had a friend one time that was going through a transition, and she called her she was like, hey, I'm moving. I need you to come get the kids. And her family was trying to slander her and saying, oh, you abandoned your kids. But me and her talked about that father is a parent just like you are. Mm-hmm. Why can't we be looked at as an equivalent? Even though I know I will never have the bond with a child that you have. Like, like as a man, I will die for my child right now to this day. If he needed a heart transplant and he could use my heart, I would say, kill me and give my heart to him. But I know I can't compare to his mom. I didn't carry him. It's a bond and love that she will have that I can never surpass. You know what I'm saying? But women need to start understanding for the men, because I ain't gonna lie, you got a lot of women out there that's doing their own. But when those men want to help, don't feel bad for relinquishing and turning him over. He's a parent just like you are.
You had something to say, Sterling. Hey, you guys call in. The number is pinned up there. Sterling, you had something you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what Cam's saying, but a lot of times it's not a norm to see a single father. It's not normal, So when you see a single father, everybody's first mindset is, oh, that mother gave up that child. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had that assumption that mother gave up the child. That's not it. I mean, nobody brings a child in this world think they're going to be alone. Nobody sits up there and say, I'm just going to have a child with this guy just to have a child. Or, it's not that. Because I guarantee you, when you get married, you don't think about divorce. When you have a child and get pregnant, you don't think about being a single parent. You don't think about raising kids in 2 separate homes. But it's not normal to see a man as a single father unless something traumatic has happened in that situation to where that man actually has to take that child away.
Most of the time in a situation like that, the woman a crackhead or unfit mother or things of that nature. So is that what you're talking about, Sterling?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, half the time people think it's something dramatic that has happened. So it's not that. It's just that, like you said, Cam, we both are parents. So I feel like give both parents the opportunity to raise a child. I'm not trying to keep my child from a mother. I say you go back every summer, you go back every Christmas. I don't care what you do. But as at some point we got to say, okay, let me have some common sense and say my son needs a man in his life. And I told him so much, I don't care who you bring around my child, as long as you set an example for my son. That's it. When you bring different men in and out of your life just because you can't be alone, that's an issue.
Yeah. That's a big issue. Can we put Tammy comment back up? I think it was like 3 comments before Miss Hill. Some women feel like they lose their connection or relationship with the child, and the father and his woman or friends are now held at a higher regard in the child. I can probably say that
is it really truly the best interest of the child? Or are we getting our personal feelings?
I think for me, with that particular comment, I think I look more so because I was in the military and you're away from your kids for so long already. And I heard more women that are in the workforce. Oh, you're a bad mom because you're in the workforce. You're a bad mom because you did this, because you did that. But we don't hear that from the men who are absent or who are in the workforce. They could be in the home and still in the workforce and gone 12 and 13 hours. So I think that when you have that connection with a child, I want to say it's attachment disorder. The kids can have an attachment disorder when they are ripped away from the mother or not with the mother. But if I read it correctly, don't quote me on this, it's that age limit from birth to like 3 years old where they need that actual connection. Smith, she put Symphony Smith, she put something up there. I wanted to say she was saying that, can we put her come back up there? If I had a son, I would want him to be around his dad as he gets older. While younger, maybe he needs his mom, but as he gets older, he will need his dad. I can't teach him how to be a man. I 100% agree with you on that. Like, I am so grateful, and thankful to, Dre, Kentrell Dre, Big Dre, Little Dre, my stepdad, my Jamie Bean, the Beans out there. my son, he know how to cook and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, he be getting on my last nerve. He won't have listen to me like he's not disrespectful, but I can tell when a man tells him something, he's more accepting, like he'll actually listen and hold a conversation. If I try to hold a conversation with him, he be like, yeah, mom, yeah, all right. So do y'all think that for as me as little boys, and we're gonna go on to the little girls because they're impacted as well. Do y'all think that when the man is out the home and the mother is struggling, that the son see that struggle? That's why you have that resentment towards the father because the son is in the home seeing the struggle. Not saying that the father not trying to get him. So do y'all think that those struggles are self-inflicted because the mother is not allowing that child, that father access to the child?
I mean,
She's not allowing the child to see the father. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, access.
Well, that's wrong. I mean,
on her.
That's a self-inflicted wound. I don't know. I think a lot of times, and I know some people might not agree with me, and I kind of hate to say this, but no, I don't hate to say it, but some single mothers ruin boys.
Yeah.
Some single mothers are out here ruining these boys. They put them in this position of being the man of the house. He's not your husband, he's your son.
Yeah.
And so now you have this 35-year-old man who has a child like mine. I mean, he's handling his business, but he has a child like mine because he did not get to do those things because at 13, he is the man of the house. Yeah. You know, he don't have the basic chores of just taking out the trash, washing the dishes, you know, going to hang out with his friends. He's like legit the man of the house. It's kids. My son go to school with kids and he's like, oh, they help their mama pay the bills and do this and that. That's putting too much on these children.
Yeah.
You know, and some single mothers are out here destroying Black boys because they don't want their dads to have access because of their own bitterness.
So do you think that woman is just just empty in the inside and she doesn't know any better because her father wasn't there? And then now she thinks generational. Like if you see historically, it may be a generational where the mothers. Yeah, I had this little saying. I'm gonna say it. I don't want to talk to nobody that got their mama last name, and they do. And they dad. I'm just gonna say it. Like, especially if your dad, and then because I don't know, it's just. That situation was kind of weird to me because I'm like, you got a daddy, you know who your daddy is.
But you got some that just they do that out of spite.
But all of y'all got the entire family got the same last name, but y'all got a daddy. Weird to me. Anyway, sidebar. Like I just thought about that, but yeah, I just think that mothers are doing that. But let's talk about the little girls. They say daughter needs their father and to teach them how to be treated when they do start dating. The impact, I think me and Jasmine, we just have girls. Audience, please put something in the comments, call in, dial in, because y'all have boys, Sterling and Cam. Jasmine, if you don't mind answering, do you think there's an impact of your daughter not being around her father as much? And I say as much because I do want to highlight, shout out to him. He is a great father. He's actively involved. But you think that there's an impact for her not being there as much and around him?
Oh, yeah. And I'm grateful that my kids, especially my daughter, gets that access. My daughter got 2 dads, but and she gets access to both of them. They're very hands-on. She knows that. I know that. But I can say from my own experience, a girl needs her father because I needed mine real bad. I think that if I had a level-minded male or father in my life, a lot of these dudes wouldn't even have an opportunity to speak to me.
Yeah.
Like those past phases, because when you're out here and you've never experienced that love from a man, it's kind of easy to fall into a trap, of yearning and wanting something that you don't even know if it exists, but you're going to try to figure it out. And so that can be very, very hard. A lot of women are looking for something that they don't even know that exists because they didn't get it from their fathers.
Yeah.
So teaching your young child at a young age, yes, it's easy for a mother to tell her daughter she's beautiful, but to hear that from her dad, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what that does to her. Like, oh, you're beautiful. Hold your head up. You look nice. Don't wear that. Don't do that. Don't let nobody talk to you like that. That's a different feeling coming from a father versus your mother. It's, oh, okay, that's my mom. That's, she's
supposed
but when your
to do
daddy
that.
that on you can't, it's like, you can't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Hey, Jazz, and also in like dual, just say a dual parent. I know we're talking about singles, but in dual parent household, when you got a man doing what he's supposed to do and that daughter seeing how he treating his mama, will let him know, hey, this is how my daddy used to treat my mama. And you out here on this bull. But my daddy was a man, like I said, he was a man's man. And look how he treated my mama. And based off, my mama was a happy woman. And based off what you showing me, don't jive. You know what I'm saying? So they can also, those men can lay the foundation to let what will be good for you and stuff like that. I can only imagine if I had a daughter, because oh man, God knew what he was doing by making me have a little. I just wouldn't want nobody around my daughter.
Yeah, I think
we need both parents. It's not easy. It's not you need your mom more, your dad more. It's just each part of life. One person plays that part, then the other part, another parent might play that part. So you definitely need both parents. But a young girl in this world, this society, where it's easy to get on the internet and see you can be something that you're not, and you can easily fall into that, you definitely need a father figure to kind of like loosen and tighten you up,
I think, I have dated women that have girls. And I will say, as a man, like, you more sensitive to somebody that has girls. Like, your approach on how you deal with a girl is different than how you deal with a boy. Like you said, Jazz. I mean, and like you said, Cam, also, like, seeing how a man treats a woman and the little girls around, they expect certain things when they grow up. So I will say it's different when it comes to little girls. I mean, if I had my own girl, I'd probably be a totally different person also.
Well, I guess not. We have this distorted. I probably have this distorted view about my father, because he wasn't there, but he was there. But he wasn't there. He was like off in the shadow somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew he loved me. And then you start looking for, that type of, the love that he showed me was that I love you. I'll never let anybody bother you, but I don't think I heard, oh, you're beautiful, a few times, but it was more of a protective love. So when we go out into relationships, I'm looking for, like, if you scary Jerry, don't talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Because my dad wasn't scary like that, but it's distorted because I needed more than just that. Like, I know hands down that my dad would never, ever in life, God rest his soul, that anybody do anything to me. And those are 100% facts. But what more do we need, you know what I'm saying, with a single, and then my grandma raised me, she's being single, and you still need that love and stuff from your father. Like Jasmine said, to reiterate, hey, I need someone to actually tell me how I need to be treated, because sometimes in the home, Cam, the fathers ain't treating their mothers and stuff right. So then the kids grow up, the boys grow up and go to teaching, treating their wife the way their mama was treated. And then the women start, we accept that, and that's abuse and stuff in the home. So how do we curb that to actually have success? Because it's a lot of different foundations over there. And I know y'all fraternity do a lot of stuff for boys and for kids in the community as well, because the overall success of the single mother, I don't think it's solely based off the single mother herself, because she had help along the way. What can we do, as a people, to actually come together to get that help and to actually start putting the men back into the actual homes?
I think for myself, just from having kids, I can say one thing I wish I had was some type of parenting classes on how to be a better parent, how to be a better partner and also being able to communicate with my son's mothers properly, because it's been times where I say shut the fuck up, like stop talking me crazy, because you don't want to get talked down upon. Like you don't want nobody to talk to you crazy. But I will say I think that a lot of people need to start taking like some parenting classes, rethink situation before you actually go into actually being a parent.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. Like it's a lot being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the military, because you meet somebody at a duty station, and you may have a child with them, but if y'all not married, now all of a sudden you already in separate homes anyway because somebody going PCS. So you fight that battle right there anyway. And if you deploy, you fight a battle also because you separated. So I will say that, just from experience for myself, I would say we had to go back to parenting classes and just having accountability as men overall. Like take accountability of that you're a father. That's it. If you cannot provide for that child or cannot be that father for that child, then allow somebody else to have the opportunity to be a father for that child. Don't stop that growth for that child. That's all.
And I struggle. Go ahead, Jazz. No, go
I was
ahead.
saying, like, it's for women, we have to be open. It does take a village. But like I said earlier, it doesn't mean if you have a village, you're dumping on your village. We have to be open, when, especially like Symphony said, breaking that cycle. Who are you having a child with? Who are you honestly having a child with? Sometimes you don't know who you're having a kid with until after the child is born. That's understandable. Sometimes you get married and you get a divorce, that's life. Life happens, right? But who are you having a child with? Plays a major part. I see women, you done had a child with a man who got 6 kids and he barely take care of them. You're going to have some accountability for that. Why are you laying down with this man? He got 6 other kids. He not taking care of them. You think he finna change for you? He didn't change for the other 6 babies.
Yes,
like, what are you doing? So as women, we gotta pick it up now, and that's on both parts, man and woman, because it takes both of us to produce these children. So we have to both take accountability. Who am I having children with? What type of family does he come from? You getting mad because nobody want to watch your kids. His mama didn't watch him. His mama didn't watch him. You can't, we gotta really dig in deep.
Jam, I'm with you because we need to, sometimes women, we need to stop the shit, because if he wasn't taking care of the other 6 kids, but see, sometimes our struggles come within because we think we're special. You know what I'm saying? We thought we were special because he done told us everything that his other 4.5 baby mamas did. And now he's like, oh, you're different, you're this, you're that. And we never know the true story until we meet the other woman and after we're in the same situation. So I think women, some of our struggles do come from within ourselves, not allowing the men to have access to their children, and poisoning our kids' mind against the other parent. We got to stop that. When we was little, you didn't come in there when grown people was talking. Some conversations are not had when grown people are talking. Me and my sisters, we be on the phone, so we'll automatically be like, "Oh, you're on speakerphone," or "I don't have my headset on," because some stuff the kids do not need to actually hear. Sterling, you were going to say something.
Go back to what y'all both were saying. A lot of times, these women and men see a person on social media and think, "Oh, they got it all. So let me go in and get hooked up with this person. Let me go and have a child," and thinking that's going to be great off of what they see on social media because this guy drives a certain vehicle or how they dress, wearing all these diamonds and stuff. They think they just hit the jackpot. But a lot of the time, those dudes and those women also, they be devils behind that mask that's on social media, and you be stuck.
Yeah.
So
I think and we do. We just we putting on these facades for people, for the TV, and even these people that's actually on TV acting like they taking care of their kids, they're not. And to be more successful, I think communication, I think I've seen somebody post it up there, communication, you know, being open, breaking the cycle, breaking generational curses, and all that is a big deal of the success of the single mother. And then, of course, we're not here to dump on men. Okay, across the table at with Christopher, and also teaching the men that carrying the spark of life is a huge responsibility that shouldn't be taken lightly or given away freely would change the game. Most definitely. Cam, you got something to say on that?
No, man. I think the words spoke for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then I wanted to interject, but it would just be reiterating what y'all said. Because I was looking at it from a perspective of we got to break them generational curses. There also has to be accountability on both sides, the men and the women. Men, we need to go out there and start calling out these men that ain't doing what they supposed to do, because they're out there making it hard for the ones that are doing what they supposed to do. But then women, y'all also need to be realized and be like, come on now. Like y'all said, dude already got two baby mamas that's complaining. They ain't getting no child support. And now you going out there being the third. There has to be accountability on both sides. And I think women should call out women, men should call out men, but we're too busy attacking each other instead of attacking the issue. You see what I'm saying? And I think, we need to look at, like I said, best interest of the child, best interest of the children. Because I think when you look at what is best for the child, I ain't got my feelings in it. She ain't got her feelings in it. And when we look at our individual children and we think about what's best for them, I think the decisions kind of make themselves. You see what I'm saying? And because I ain't worried about I have more power. I ain't worried about she having more power. If we take ourselves out of it as parents and say, what do we need to do to make sure our kids have the necessary resources available, and just setting these young men up and women to be the best that they can for their lives. You know what I'm saying? And I just think we just got to get back to it's just about accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Natasha had a comment up there. Go ahead, Jazz. Who comment, Jazz?
I like that comment that across the table put. He said, I'm speaking as a product of the single mother home. I grew up in this nonsense and I'm unlearning everything that I've been taught. I think that's where I'm at. Unlearning some of the things that I have been taught. We were raised by our grandmother, but she survived. And a lot of times, a lot of people, especially single mothers, are raising their children on survival and not love, not accountability. So, if you see mama surviving, sometimes that's what you stepping out doing. And that happens to make you lack a little bit of accountability because you surviving. I had to do it. I had to move this way because no one can come in and kind of tell you anything. So I think it is important to kind of pay attention to where you came from. I was raised this way and I'm very grateful. But now that I'm an adult with my own children, I know I don't want them to have to go their route. So unlearning some things, that childhood trauma, unlearning and unpacking some things as well. Because you can go to parenting classes, but when your kids start throwing them curveballs and parenting start parenting, you have to be able to kind of like deal with that, so every day is something new as a parent, whether your kid is in Philly or down the street, you might get a phone call. You're like, what's going on? So it's just basically, a lot of times we say, well, when I was growing up, it was like this and it was like that. What works best for your child? How do we co-parent this? How do we do this? I know some stuff I can handle, but some stuff I have to get on the phone like, hey, we're going to have to tag team this because this right here, I'm about to choke out, so we have to learn when to get in there and do what it is that we need to do as adults and as parents, so I think that plays a major part. A lot of our parents grew up on survival, especially if you was in a single mother household. She was surviving.
So she might show you a lot of times do you think, or do y'all think, whoever want to answer that, when we see, since we grew up, which all of us on this screen right now grew up with single parents, now that's something that's embedded in us, and like Christopher was saying, we need to unlearn it. Now that I grew up as a single parent, I'm thinking, it's okay for me to be a single parent versus, no, it's not okay. What can I do better to bring my child's father into my life? So do y'all think that because it was the survival mode, like Jasmine said, we grew up this way, and this is how I was raised, so it is the norm in our communities for mothers to be there and for the father to be absent? What do y'all think about that particular, us unlearning that, and is that the way why we're still in the struggle that we're in right now?
I think the government has made some ways to take the men out of the homes, and a lot of the women have been benefiting from that. Now, I didn't mean to deter, but I think y'all know where I'm going with
it. How it is.
Yeah. Because you got and you know, like I said, I feel, and it's just me personally, I feel, and I'm talking about as a Black community, I feel like they want to break up the Black home anyway, because that is where the strength and that is where the building is going to be. So I think the government has came in and put so many avenues out there to break up the home. And then if you have individuals that don't have that maturity level that's seeing that, then they're going to jump on that, i.e. The Section 8 and all the government assistance. But you can't get that if who in the home?
The male.
You know, like that. So we don't like to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's one of the things. They don't want to have the Black household.
So do you think that relates to what Jasmine was saying? Like, I was in the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier, even though you're trying to, both people are trying to come out, then you have the Section 8, and it's kind of like, if I let Cam come over here, I ain't gonna be able to pay. We may not be able to pay these bills, and I'm just living. I'm pretty much a slave to the money, and I think Natasha put that up there earlier in the show. We're slave to the money, slave to the benefits. So now we're scared, and we lack the actual knowledge to say we can do this. And is it mainly because we're trying to live like the Joneses? Because, you know, why you can't go move in a 2-bedroom apartment? Why you got to live in that 5-bedroom if that's all that 2 people in the family could afford at that time?
Yeah. I think it sets a fear in some women, you know, because like Cam said, go back. The government definitely played a major part in separating the Black household. That's why you don't hear a lot of love songs, because if you've seen a Black man and a Black woman in love, nothing can stop them. Like, nothing can stop them if they are on the right path.
Like Tank said, he said, the guy can say, "Stay with me," you know, because you're all, and then it get max play. But if he sings that same song saying "stay with me," it's the Black love that they don't want. You know what I'm saying? So any way that we could break that up, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, I don't think we talk about that enough.
I agree with what y'all saying about
it's bad. It's really bad.
What you think, Cheryl?
A lot of times we have a lot of outside interference. Like, a lot of these women got these girlfriends that be out here telling them some crazy stuff, and they be going with it. Even with the men, they got home with us, say some crazy stuff. So a lot of time that outside interference affects that Black love as well. You know, oh, he ain't shit, or she
listening to miserable friends and stuff like that.
Then you got issues, but like you said, everything's a business in this world. So like you said, Cam, you know, taking a Black man out the home, and if you a subject of that environment that you grow up around, you never going to be able to be in that home with that woman, because you are out there doing the wrong stuff. So it's automatically going to take you out. Either you're going to sell drugs, or you're going to go out there and be abusive to women. You're going to go out there, do the wrong thing, get locked up. So, like, it's a business. So I agree with y'all saying.
But it's one thing, too, I want to check, and I do want to say this for our Black men, though. If we don't protect these Black women, man, who going to do it? So, and as Black men, we going to have to do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And I think it starts with us by, like, holding ourselves to a higher standard first before we try to come and put all these emphasis on you guys and things of that nature, fixing ourselves, making sure we are those men that can be leaders and worthy of submission and stuff like that. Then I can go to that woman and say, this is the reason why I am the way I am, because I am willing to, and those women will be more inclined to follow you because they have that sense of trust. And I'm just firmly believing it. And I know, you know, you can't really control everybody, but as men, especially as Black women are the most disrespected in the freaking world. And if we Black men don't take care of them, Who gonna do it? Nobody's gonna do it. So in that process, we're gonna have to deal with a little heartache and a little pain because there's so much generational BS that's been trickled down, but we have to break it. And in doing that, we're gonna have to deal with some angry Black women, some attitudes and stuff like that. But we have to continue to love them, protect them, and just be those standard barriers. And eventually, hoping we can break those generational curses. But it has to start with us as Black men, holding ourselves accountable as men, doing what we're supposed to do, holding them Black men that's not doing what they're supposed to be accountable, putting them on the board and stuff like that. Then we can come at these women and start saying blah, blah, blah. But we have fixed ourselves first. I didn't mean to get on a tangent, but.
Oh no, that's most definitely
that's
okay
perfect.
because we love your tangents, Cam, but that's most definitely what we need to be working on because I can't fix myself if I desire a Black man and he's not trying to fix himself. You know what I'm saying? So if we do that simultaneously, what Sterling said, what Jasmine said, what Cam said, we could actually rebuild the actual community, where we ain't talking about the single mothers and her struggles no more. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about how we're actually surviving and making it, but we got to stay off social media. And it's okay to live in a 2-3 bedroom house. You ain't got to live in that big Section 8 house. If a man is there and if you're building, you're going to be able to build that foundation for that 6 or 7 bedroom house.
And also those men that make $40,000 and $50,000 a year, that's not 6 foot, they good men too.
They are good. They are. I've seen a couple of comments. And it was actually from men, I believe. It was talking about women protecting their womb and all that stuff. But if y'all have not read this book, ladies, it's called The Sacred Woman. It's really good. I followed it. It says y'all can follow her on IG. It's Natasha, the wellness coach. She did like an actual series about this, about protecting yourself. But also, when we're protecting ourselves, men, don't get mad because the woman ain't ready to give up the cookies to you now. You know what I'm saying?
Believe it or not, check this out. Really, as men and big fellas in the comments, if I'm wrong, then y'all get me. Really, we don't want the one that's gonna challenge us and champion us to work for. Oh, I'm gonna smash you if you gonna let me slice in the first 3 months. But I ain't gonna lie, I prefer to work for it because it lets me know this woman has a standard for herself. She not just out there with Willie didn't. And I ain't gonna lie, like I said, the dude gonna smash if you gonna put it out there like that. But I prefer to have the woman to be like, man, this mug ain't crack yet. She gonna
what's funny?
They bull crap. She got me harder than Chinese arithmetic. Still ain't. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's for me. Now, fellas and Sterling, I don't know about you, but that's how I feel.
Listen, I got it. I totally understand what you're saying, Cam, but you don't need to be hard. That's the problem. Like, you don't need to be hard. Just be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself. Don't try to put this facade on like you just this tough Black woman because that's a turnoff. Like, you got to be sensitive sometimes. It's okay to be hard, but if you got to be tough every time you come around me just so you can prove a point that I'm worthy of your time, I don't want you. I don't want you at all. Just be yourself. That's it. Because I feel like, if I meet a woman and we have intimate or whatever that first night, that don't mean that you don't have no standards. It's just, it happened. You see what I'm saying?
We got some. Cam, what you think? You don't want nobody.
Look at Cam. Cam said no.
And Cam already said he ain't going for the BS.
I'm just saying though, like if a woman decides to be intimate with a man on the first night, that doesn't mean that she's out there. She just physically attracted that man that she has met. That don't mean she out there.
Yeah, I agree with Star. I'm gonna go and agree with Star. You know why? Because women, y'all know within the first 30 minutes of talking to a dude. If I want him, most of the time y'all waiting to see if we gonna mess it up. I'm gonna see if he gonna lie. I'm finna see if he gonna say something stupid. But y'all know 9 times out of 10 when you see him, he can get it. And y'all done said that before. Both of you done said it before. And don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
I never said any such shenanigans.
I'm a virgin.
Yeah,
I
okay.
never said anything like
Y'all
that.
never seen Morris Chestnut come on down. He got this taco, and y'all still be like, Idris Elba. What's the dude with the little pretty eyes? What's his name? The little light skinned cat.
No light
No
bright.
light skin.
No light bright. I tried to date somebody light skinned, they ended up being real crazy. That's why I'm probably in the ooh, they was crazy. But Cam, are we capping today? We not capping.
Hey, check this out. Hey, check this out. For the ladies, fellas, right? We get so caught up in like thinking that the women want all these big things and spend that we got to spend a lot of money on them and they want all that. We put so much thought into the stuff that we want to do for women, but really they like the things that are simple. Producer, go ahead and run the clip.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You really want to knock a woman's socks off and have her like just crazy about you? You're going to do this. You're going to do these 3 stops. You're going to take her grocery shopping. Number 1, let me give you the game about grocery shopping. When you get in there, you're going to get 2 cards, say, baby, go crazy. She's like, what you mean? Just go ahead. You got the joint, you're going to tell her go crazy. She got kids or something. She got to get the zooms and wham and snacks and juicy juices. Well, you might be in line or you might be standing there. She might be waiting on the joint. You stand behind to grab a kiss on her. Let her know. You just give her the Amex when she get to the register. Babe, let me take this. I got to do this. Let me go grab that. She's like, oh my God, he didn't give me the card. Usually where a grocery store at across the street is a gas station. Mm-hmm. Take over there, fill the tank, 93. Fill it up, my man. Mm-hmm. 93. Then after that, you take it to a woman's playground. You take it to Target. Take it there, go crazy. And after you leave Target, you know where you're going? Taking it to get that car detailed. You can't run into one woman that been on a date like that. Because I'm telling you, they never, that's 4 stops, bro. And guess what? When you leave, and she cooking that salmon with that rice or whatever she cooking, she thinking about you. Because that whole freezer got your name all over it. When she crack open that soap, you bought that. When them razors or that mirror to clean her legs and all that stuff, you did that. If you won't go to Chanel and buy a bag, if you buying a real one, you 5,000 in.
5 in.
You can buy a little small one, 3,000 in. That's the same price point. It's less than that.
Yeah.
That whole place, and I just said that whole Go Crazy package right there, that's under 2,500.
Now, ladies, tell me, am I right or am I wrong?
The Go Crazy package. Look,
Bro.
In the
That's
comments,
what you doing?
right or am I wrong? Single mothers, girlfriends, or even wives?
you ain't capping. You ain't capping because if I get the Go Crazy package, I'm ready. My deep freezer is jumping. I'm gonna fix you a meal every Sunday. It's gonna be nice.
I'm cooking and cleaning.
I'm all that. Yeah, like most definitely. So, hold on.
Sterling, what you got on me, Sterling, before we go? What you got, man?
You ain't
Like, I love Wallow 267 because he's from Philly. But like Symphony Smith said, a lot of women just want time. Just give them time and attention.
Yeah.
Why I gotta go
And gas in the car.
Yeah. We say gas, but why I gotta go give you a grocery full of like a cart full of groceries for what? To show you that
Because the way I look at that though, I'm getting to know her. I want to spend more time with her. We ain't got to go out to eat because I done bought the groceries. Now she get to spend time. She get to cook. We got to share those intimate moments. Blah, blah, blah. You getting time. By me go ahead and front a little money, I get to maximize my time with you.
No, I can maximize my time.
Come on, somebody.
We can go walk through the park.
Catch the Holy Ghost.
You mean if I done took you to now say we only been dating 30 days. I done took you to buy your groceries. I done took you to get 90, and I done put 93 in your car, not that 87. Then I done take you over there to Target and you go crazy. And I done detail the you tell me I ain't smashing that night unless you on your cycle. I know I'm.
Jazz, you giving up for some groceries? You giving up for some groceries, Jazz? Jazz, you giving up for some
Go
groceries?
back to Uncle Junior comment.
Exactly.
No.
Junior said the right.
She's not full already. She got kids. No, I'm gonna tell you right now. You ain't coming over here to eat up my son Cheerios. You ain't eating because my son he don't even eat bacon. He eat turkey bacon, the uncured, the good stuff that costs $8.
I got one
You
thing.
ain't coming over here.
I got one thing to say.
What?
If I'm dealing with a woman that has kids, I'm not coming to your house to be around those kids right away. Because you got to think about it. When you meet a woman,
Amen.
you're not just dating that woman, you're dating those kids also. So
Yeah.
I don't have nobody in my house. Okay, you can come to my house, we can chill. I'm not gonna come to your house and be around, especially little girls, because little girls get attached to men sometimes, right off the bat, because they see that somebody's spending time with them, they see that somebody cares. So I'm not gonna go to a woman's house that has kids right away. I'm not.
But this is more kind of tailored. This is more kind of tailored to my lady or somebody that I'm like kind of pursuing, you know, or my lady or something like that.
So how soon do you think, Sterling, how soon is too soon to meet a woman's kids?
I think the woman, if you're dealing with a woman that has kids, I think she needs to get to know you a little bit before you start introducing them to your kid. You're not gonna just bring any man around your kids. You gotta get to know that person first. You know what I'm saying? I cannot bring somebody around my boys just because I'm dealing with you.
Hell, you're dealing with Jazz. You ain't never coming to the house.
I mean, she has a right. She has a right to protect her.
You ain't.
She has a right to protect her.
Your own spot, no roommate.
Listen, you cannot just
No
bring her.
roommate.
You can't do it. You
Well,
can't.
you ain't coming to my house to eat up my son Fruit Loop.
Do it. How old is your son? How old is your son?
16.
16. All right, I'm 40. Safe as me, you get in this argument one day in front of your son, and your son want to pop off. Now, me and your son about to fight because me and you get into a situation because your son is old enough to get popped in the mouth.
Look, but you ain't gonna be hitting my son. No.
I'm just saying though, kids, you know, they protective of their parents. So sometimes you may get in an argument with that person you're dealing with. Now that child want to hop in the middle of it because I'm gonna protect my mom.
And my son taller than you, Sterling.
You know what I'm saying? So now I know what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
But see, Sterling, that's when you got one of them kids that don't know how to stay out of grown folk business. You know what I'm saying?
Just that, man. A lot of these kids now are protective of their parents. It just, especially if you're saying.
Well, I'm not gonna be arguing and stuff in front of my kids anyway to put them in a situation where they can potentially, especially my son, because I don't know, he got some of his daddy in him. I don't know what may transpire. But y'all, no, Cam, I go crazy. I don't know what Sterling talking about. See, Sterling used to be my boy, but not Sterling.
Hey, but you know, I put that out there. I really put that out there for the ladies today because of the topic. But you know, I ain't. But real talk, I ain't paying all the bills no more. Y'all know that, right?
You work for a couple of groceries and some gas. That's all you work.
Hey man, hey bro, I'm trying to smash that dog. I got to push the envelope a little bit.
Look,
Across the table said, I have my thoughts about dating women with kids. Him on the parts.
But he across the table with Christopher McLean. I'm pretty sure I seen a comment on here that said he's single lady with no kids.
And no kids.
Look, hey man, hey Christopher, he in the top percentile.
Leave his comment up there a little while longer so folks can go and click on it. He is single. I'm pretty sure he's
we're trying to get you in the game, dog.
I'm just, but honestly, I do think it's a challenge for men who do not have children, you know, that are still young in their prime to enter into a relationship with women that do have children. And most of us don't want to have no more kids, especially if you're in your late 30s. And then you put him in a predicament where he's not able to, you know what I'm saying?
Just make sure they ain't clipped and burned where you can still get them connected. Just make sure they ain't clipped and burned so you can still refix it.
But the
people don't
Jazz. I'm playing.
But how many women out here? How many women out here now don't have kids? I mean, how many out there? Like, what's the percentage?
It's some women that don't.
I know a lot. I know it's some women that don't have children. It's some out here.
How many men have you came across without kids, Kenya?
I'm talking to a guy who doesn't have children.
I know a guy right now. He don't have any kids. He's 41. He has no kids.
I went my first 34 years of my life without kids.
He don't have kids, and that could present a challenge later on because I'm not having no more kids. It's not happening. You know, so I don't want to put some of those are deal breakers, and I wouldn't even play around like, I might think about it. No, I ain't thinking about it. So I may not be the person for you. You know, I might be just somebody you can hang out with right now or something like that. That's just me. My kids are big, and I'm like enjoying my newfound almost freedom.
So you want to have another child if you met somebody that's amazing. This guy is like amazing to you. You want to have no more kids. If you say, I want you to be my wife, you would not have that man's child. That's what you telling me?
I don't think I would.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because I'm not gonna put.
You gotta be open to it. Don't just say no. You gotta be open to it.
Because
I said I don't think.
But that would be a deal breaker if I already know that I don't want to, and then I kind of lead him on like, yeah, I'm open to it, when deep down inside I already know I don't want any more children, because at the end of the day, I got to carry the child. I'm already older. Then I have more risk now than I had when I was younger. Oh, I was snatched back real fast. It was like I ain't never have no kids all the time. So I have to look at that, and then I probably need a little bit of healing or something, because at the end of the day, when the men be gone, the single mother and her struggle, they be going on about their business, and we be over here with these kids, even though they got access to their kids. So I'm not gonna play them on reindeer games no more. That's just me.
Yeah. I asked men, do they want more children? Because I don't think I don't think I want anymore. I don't want to deprive a man.
If he say he wants children, I'm not gonna even pursue it.
So
I'm not gonna even pursue it. I'm not gonna even waste his time, because he might find a woman that wants children. I am not gonna waste his time whatsoever. Like, I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm trying to be on the beach, not with no kids, man.
Yeah, then I gotta find a babysitter, and the village don't want to help watch the kids no more either. Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, share. TMI is not airing tomorrow. He's gone for the rest of this year, which is only, the next week or so. But hey y'all, we're coming back next year with something new. Tune in. We're gonna be here next week. Sterling is gonna be on vacation off in the beach somewhere. He ain't invite us, so we gonna be on the big screen with y'all. He might drop in.
Are you gonna be on the balcony, Sterling?
He what?
Are you gonna be on the balcony, Sterling?
I'll be on the balcony.
You know, take some pictures so we could like live vicariously through you. So
we don't want that
pictures. He by himself though. But hey, no cap.
Have a good night.
I like your no cap though. I like your no cap, because I be cooking over here. But hey, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We love y'all. Authentic Ears. Like, subscribe, share. Hey, next time y'all call in, let's see if we got these phone lines up and running. Holla at us.
All right,
Bye.
Peace. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Real raw, real event, that's just it, yeah. I've been back out of this since I was legit. Real raw, real event, that's just it, yeah. I've been back out of this since I was legit. Real raw, real event, that's just it, yeah. I've been back out of this since I was legit. Real raw, real event, that's just it, yeah. I've been back out of this since I was legit. Represent, that's the get. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm hit my home, I was out there on the road. I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose, and man, they didn't. I suppose just